Welcome back to Andersen Acres. We're in the kitchen tonight, and tonight we are going to make taco chicken fingers. These are quick and easy. They're kind of like fried chicken, though not super like fried chicken. There's no real breading. It is all taco chips instead, and they're really great. Okay, there's no putting them in a deep fryer after they're breaded, so the breading will not fall off because it's not breading, it's taco chips that's applied later. So we're going to get started, and I'll explain how we make this. It's really easy. The first thing we need is some taco chips. Now, I don't know if you have this exact brand in your area. This is a brand that I think is kind of local because they are made not far from us. I don't know how far flung they are, but get your favorite brand of taco chip, tortilla chip, whatever they call them in your area. You're going to want to crush a bunch of them up. Crush a bunch of them up until you have about a cup's worth. Okay, you want about 1 cup's worth of tortilla crumbs, basically. That's what you want. Great way to use up the end of a bag. So crush a bunch up. You want about a cup's worth. Okay, I'm doing a half recipe because I only have a couple people here tonight, so I don't need to make too many. You can double this easily. Check the description for the doubled up recipe because that's what I normally do. I'm only doing a handful of chicken breast today, just 2. So, tortilla chips. We are going to need to spice this up a little bit because this is kind of bland. Okay, so we are going to add a teaspoon of chili powder. Bang. No, a tablespoon, sorry. Then we are going to add half a teaspoon of oregano, half a teaspoon of garlic powder. We are going to add half a teaspoon of salt. I'm using a Himalayan salt. You can use whatever salt's in your cupboard. And we're going to add half a teaspoon of cumin. Okay? Mix that together. This is going to be delicious. There we go. We're also going to need some melted butter. Now, for the melted butter, I am doing about 4 tablespoons. Okay? Rowan is melting it for me off to the side. So I have melted butter. Yes, it has to be butter. No, margarine will not work. Okay? Butter. Put these off to the side. We're going to need them later. Now, we need some raw chicken breast. That's all we've got here. Okay? We are going to wash our hands. Okay? Wash your hands. And then we are going to slice each chicken breast into 4 or 5 strips, depending on what you want. So I like to find where it's already sliced anyway. That's going to end up being 1. Okay? And then we're going to cut it into 4. That's going to be 2. This is going to be, cut it into 5 probably. If you have chunks where there's like a lot of fat, you can pull that off or not as you choose. Okay. 3. And then, so that's 5 pieces. Same thing over here. So I like to go in through the bottom. If there's like goo, I like to remove the gooey parts of the chicken. Just, because I can. I'm just going to pull that off. And then we're going to slice again, 4 or 5 pieces per chicken breast. Okay? And yes, I know chicken breast is gooey. You're going to wash your hands after. You're going to wash your hands before. Okay? It's just chicken. It's fine. And then I'm going to cut this one like so. It doesn't matter. Just, you can chunk them if you want, but I'm chicken stripping them. Now, I'm going to go wash my hands. Get rid of this little bit. I'm going to go wash my hands because after touching raw chicken, what do? We wash our hands with soap. I'm going to go wash my hands, and then we're going to move over to the stove. Okay? That's what we're doing. Okay. Heat up a pan on the stove to about medium heat. You can also throw your fillets in the deep fryer if you want, if you have your deep fryer out, but I'm just going to do it on the stove because I like this better, but some people would prefer that. Sprinkle some oregano in here. Okay, we're going to sprinkle some oregano. We are going to get just a little bit of salt. Okay, just a little. How much? Just a little. Then we're going to take our fillets and we're going to start laying them in there. And then we are going to let them cook until they are browned on one side. How long? No, 4 or 5 minutes. Then we're going to flip them and brown the other side. So let's get these on here. Everybody move. There we go. Okay, now leave them alone. Let them start to cook. 4 or 5 minutes is what it's going to take until your chicken is cooked enough to flip. We'll come back when it looks crispy on one side. All right. That looks crispy and browned. Keep flipping them over. Flip them over so they can get crispy and browned on the other side. That's what we're doing. We want them to look decent. We want them to be decent because, yeah, yum. Chicken is good. Okay, now we're going to leave them for 45 minutes. Again, you can turn them a little bit if you're not entirely happy with, like, this one. I'm going to want to brown the third side. Some of them will have, like, a mysterious third side that you might want to brown. That's okay. They do need to be thoroughly cooked. So now we're going to cook our chicken till it's cooked. Okay, once your chicken is as done as you would like it and cooked throughout, take chicken, put in plate with, that one I want a little more done, with a paper towel. Let them drain a little bit. You're going to let them sit 2 or 3 minutes. Then, after your 2 or 3 minutes have elapsed, we're going to move over to the counter and do the next part. Okay, so let's pop over to that counter and we will do the next thing we need to do with our chicken. Okay, we're over at the counter. Our chicken's been sitting for a couple of minutes. We're going to take our chicken, roll it in the butter that we melted earlier, dip it in the crumbs, dip that in the crumbs, roll it all around, remove it to another plate. And we're just going to keep doing that. This is really, really easy. A fun way to use up a few leftover taco crumbs, you know, the ones on the bottom of the bag that no one ever wants to eat and they sit in the cupboard for 3 weeks. You can use them up like this before they go stale. And this is a really simple way to have some breaded chicken without real breading. You don't have to worry about, you know, having to deep fry it and all of it gets in your deep fryer, makes a mess. And just make sure your chicken is cooked throughout before you dip it in the butter because you're not cooking them again after this. Okay? We're not cooking them again. So whether you deep fried your chicken or whatnot, you want to make sure that it is thoroughly cooked. Okay? So we're just going to finish doing that with a few of these. This is one of those simple, easy recipes that just uses what you probably already have in your cupboard in order to make something that the kids will like, and you will like, and your guests will like, and ultimately, that's what matters. Everybody likes it. Everybody eats it. I'd rather have everybody eat something and make a bunch of stuff nobody actually wants. And these can be a unique, fun thing to do that you're not going to do every day, obviously, but, I mean, you could. If you wanted to do this every day. I don't necessarily want to do this every day, but it's fun to do. So, but you want to move it from the butter to the crumbs immediately. Like, don't let the butter drain off. Don't let the butter is what you need to get it sticking. Okay, that's why it sticks it all, is the butter. So 2 more. Lots of butter. Lots of delicious crumbs. I love crumbs. And I really love like your chili powders and I love this kind of stuff. Because I like, you can add more spice to it, by the way, by adding spice to your mix. Like you could add some pepper, you could add white pepper, you could add hot pepper flakes. I didn't because other people want to eat this and I'm not the only person here. And if I make it too spicy, nobody wants to eat it because everybody is a party pooper except me. Anyway, that is it. That is how to make taco chicken fingers. You can serve them immediately. They do not keep very well, okay? So make only what you're going to eat. They don't store well. You can try putting them in the fridge, but this particular topping doesn't keep well. So eat them right away. Serve them to the kids. Give one to your dog if you share your food with your dog. I know our dogs always get one. Either way, it's a lot of fun, and I hope you enjoyed making taco chicken fingers with us. That's about it for us here today at Andersen Acres. Drop a comment below and let me know how these turned out for you and if you're going to make any adjustments to the spice in the taco chips. We'll see you tomorrow.